I think the vibe is like a very elegant dinner party. And we're the only restaurant in Chicago currently that operates in an 1874 Victorian mansion.
It's a beautiful building, it's a great atmosphere and ambiance.
Everything we do is in service of the guest and hospitality.
We do have an incredible customer service. We want to just make sure that people are taken care of. All you have to do when you come over here basically is chew, because we do everything else for you. We cover all of Italy. It's not necessarily Northern Italy or Southern Italy. And they have an incredibly accurate menu. It covers go from the delicacy of the salt-crusted branzino to what I call the decadence of the ossobuco. That eats itself, it'll melt from the bone. It's not quiet, you're not a French restaurant. I mean, there is the ambiance of Italy. You feel like you're right in the middle of Rome. Italy is not a quiet country, that's Sweden. It's not loud, it's just alive.
Come to Il Mulino, we take care of everything. You leave feeling like you've been wined and dined and pampered.
I think the grappa makes sure that everybody leaves very happy from here.
So Chris, you say that the beauty of Il Mulino is just one of the many reasons to go there. So tell us why you chose it.
I chose Il Mulino because I think there's very few event restaurants in Chicago right now. Ones where whether it's Valentine's Day or an anniversary or something where you want to go, where there's someplace just ultra special, where it's not just going to a restaurant. And the Biggs Mansion is, I think that's the best destination. It's this gorgeous, like 125-year-old mansion, and 15-foot ceilings with bay windows, floor to ceiling, and this mahogany staircase that winds up to the private rooms upstairs. And every time you go in there, you just feel like you're in this incredible turn-of-the-century lush mansion, and you are. And the fact that you're able to actually have this incredible dinner there as well leads me to choose Il Mulino as my restaurant.
Well, Eliza, Chris says it's an event restaurant. Was it a great event for you?
Oh my God. Did you choose it because you thought the show was going to pay for the meal? Because I was like, oh my God. The food was good. The food actually was incredible. I'll give you that.
That's why I liked it.
It was so loud, and it's just like theatrics the minute you walk in. They sit down, there's like 5 people coming around. Here's some cheese, here's some zucchini, here's some bread. Do you want the wine list? I was like, oh my God. I just felt pressured. I thought it was going to be this intimate, quiet kind of, and it was just, I call it TGI Fridays for the upper 6-figure income crowd. They were singing happy birthday over here, the smoke detector goes off, somebody's waving the menu. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I have to say, the theater, I have to say, when the first time you come in, I know, and I definitely mentioned this myself, is that it is overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, the service stuff. It's an octopus staff, as the management has actually described it, where they want this constant strength.
Octopus, I asked for a vodka tonic with extra lime twice, and they still didn't give it to me because they couldn't hear. I don't know.
I really liked it. And I thought it could be a very romantic place. I know you don't see that a lot, but I like the lighting was very low, and I thought they made you feel so special when you came in. It's like you were a celebrity without knowing anybody. I mean, everybody walked over to you, and then they escort to your table. Then you have your own entourage, which are the waiters and the wait staff.
They call you Dottore,
they
call you doctor when you walk in.
And they're sitting right there for you. I think they were very cautious, because what I worry about when I see that many people, are they going to gang me? And am I going to have a chance to talk, to actually have a conversation? And they were only one time they sort of interrupted us. But the rest of the time, you could see them holding back, being very cautious. So I thought that was pretty classy.
But touching on the price point again, though, because one of the things is, again, event restaurant. I mean, there's steakhouses in Chicago. There's Chop House. There's Morton's. There's Gibson's. There's all these restaurants. I would challenge that. I don't think the bill at the end of the day is any more or less than Morton's or any of the other big steakhouses and again, I think food-wise, it's an experience that's very different than a traditional steakhouse.
I think because, I've always seen the Biggs Mansion. I've always dreamed of, I'm going to have dinner there someday. I thought it was going to be this kind of quiet, hushed experience, and it's not. It is just not.
Liza, you like the food, so tell us what you had.
The food was great. The hot appetizer, we had the langostino on the risotto.
Okay.
I never get risotto because it can be undercooked. It's salty. I never get it. This was so delicious. You could taste the zucchini, you could taste the mushroom. It complemented the langostino. It was so good. The food felt really intimate and balanced
Yes.
and subtle.
Yes.
The desserts, the ricotta cheesecake was phenomenal.
yeah.
The tiramisu was just divine. The food was so good.
I had the Mediterranean sea bass and the rock salt, Italian rock salt. Oh man, it was the bass was this big, and then they bring it to the table with head to tail, and they show it to you, and then they take it off to the side and they actually debone it. It was so succulent, man, and I mean I did not leave 1 inch on that plate. I mean it was just really good. And then at the end they gave us some grappa, complimentary.
I
As
didn't
a-
get that. They didn't like me.
I didn't- you were giving off the wrong vibe. They came over, they said, complimentary, we want to give you some grappa.
Oh,
and then
man.
they have it in these large jars all around the restaurant that they're actually
Homemade.
Yeah, it's homemade. It was really good. It's strong too.
Liza, what was the crowd like the night that you went?
It was packed. It was packed. People were having a good time.
Chris, how would you describe the crowd?
I thought everybody was having a good time.
Yeah.
To be honest, I definitely saw a number of business. You could tell there were some clients in
Right.
town, and I think that's
Right.
it's definitely a good place to bring people if you want to impress
Impress
upon
them,
them
yeah.
that. Here's a great example of a Chicago restaurant. Even again, the New York sort of balance thing. I think it's still a Chicago restaurant. I really think they've turned. Maybe that's where this noise level comes from.
Yeah.
It's not a New York thing. It's just Chicagoans are nice and loud and boisterous when they're eating.
Well, Chris, you picked El Mulino. Give us a summary.
The summary is if you're looking for a place, a very special, fun, exciting, adventurous place where you're going to get incredible service, where you're going to get incredible portions, incredible food, and feel like a VIP when you go there, that's the place to go.
Eliza?
Phenomenal food. Just expect big atmosphere when you go in there.
Herb?
A special place to take special people. And I think it's really a romance spot.
All right. Well, you can get waited on hand and foot at El Mulino, 1150 North Dearborn, 312-440-8888. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday, and for dinner only on Saturday and Sunday. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $75.